What's up, YouTube? We're gonna get started here with a leg day. Just go with it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. All right. Oh, Facebook's out. All right. Well, anyway, so we're up on YouTube, and how you guys doing? I'm not sure why my Facebook's cutting out, but anyway, that's why I tell everybody to come over here to YouTube so you can watch it here. Let's get started with our leg day 2 today. So leg day 2, and we're working on squats. Yesterday we worked on lunges, and if you're sore from yesterday, well, I don't have anybody on here just yet because I know it usually takes a few minutes. So we're just gonna get right into it. Let's go ahead and start out with squats. And the main thing that I posted, and the reason why I put the title for today is Squats Plus, is because there's so much to do beyond a squat, but the form is essentially the same. So we're going to do squats, but we're going to do a bunch of different types of squats in terms of working the inside and outside thighs. A lot of it's going to be working the quads, and that's the main muscle that's going to be worked, quads and glutes, but how you work and which kind of muscles you activate, because we have little muscles at the top, which is the gluteus. So you have your gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius. So you have like the big, middle, and small muscle of the butt, glutes, right? So when we do feet out, that's going to work that higher butt muscle up there, that love handle area, and it's going to work the inner thighs. You're going to feel that when our feet are apart. When our feet are closer together, when they're in the middle, it's going to be working the middle of the quadriceps, the main, vastus lateralis and vastus medialis. Anyway, oblique. So you're working this main quadriceps, excuse my, as I'm explaining all the muscles, but you've got 4 main muscles here on the front, 3 on the back, your hamstrings, and adductors in the middle, and abductors on the outside. So we want to be effective. We want to activate and work all of these muscles. Just gonna put that down so I'm not distracted. All right, so our main form when doing squats, and also lastly, if our toes are pointed inward, that's gonna work. What's that gonna work? Excuse me. If we're working feet outside, that's gonna work the inside. When our feet come together, we're working across the outsides of the feet here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So come up, and in your footing, you wanna make sure that you can grip your toe. Just wanna make sure you guys can see this, so I may adjust the camera just a bit. But it's important that you see where my feet are, and I don't want to do it that much. Hold on. There you go. Okay. So look at where my feet are, and remember pulling on the arches. So when doing squats, and this is really, I wanted it to be leg day 1 yesterday, but I wanted to get into, I was just more active yesterday. So now we're going to go back and we're going to go into basics, which is the squat. So the squat, again, really important that you work your squats and your lunges with the formation of your feet are right, because I say this all the time, everybody's walking, like 99% of the entire world does not pay attention to their feet. I shouldn't say that, maybe like 90%, because there's a lot of like athletic people and fit people, but if you, and people that are really specific in your feet, and, anyway, so all I'm trying to say is the majority of normal people don't think about their feet. How often do you think about your feet? Please comment down below if you're like, whatever. So what's the importance of the feet? Well, our feet are connected to the earth, and so we want to be grounded. Okay, if you could actually sit all the way down like this, we can just start out in this low position. This is like our low squat position, and I want my feet, if it's hard to sit down without putting your heels down, because you want your heels to go down, but if you can't go that low, then don't worry about it, and just you just watch whatever you're doing. But we'll get into that in just a second. I want to make sure that your feet, you're gripping your toes, your big toe especially, because that's your main balance. Especially when you're on one foot, you really want to have that grip of the toe. And that's tomorrow. We'll work on a single leg tomorrow for legs. But today, let's work on building the strength of this inner arch by gripping the ground. And if you're on the carpet, it's even better, because you can kind of grip the carpet. So grip your carpet and then pull up on the inner arch. Now when that happens, what happens to everything else? So you feel that rotation, and what Tai Chi calls screwing of the knee. So you're screwing the foot to the floor. So you're rotating, you're gripping the toe, and there's this natural rotation that happens. okay, and you feel the knee going outward. And when it goes outward, this is preventing. This is good, because this is knee valgus. Knee valgus is like an issue. It's a disorder. It's a thing that when I, as a trainer, watches, when you walk in the gym, I could see, oh, that person's got knee valgus. They probably got an ACL, MCL, PCL injury, something affecting the knee, and a lot of times that's what causes the surgery, and you have to go in for surgery and all that stuff. So make sure, again, you're gripping your toe, okay, and you're going into squats. So do about 10 squats while I'm talking. Grip your toe, pull your knees. This rotates the knees out, and feel that activate your TFL, your tensor fasciae latae, the outside muscle here. That activates the glutes and the gluteus minimus, medius, and maximus on the back. Maximus when we drop down. So sit down right there and come all the way up. Feel your glutes activate. Press your hips in. Rotate your pelvis at the top, and then go right back down. Okay, all the way down as low as you can go. Kind of hold it at the bottom. Breathe for a second. Wiggle the knees. Make sure the knees can go out. And then as you come up, the knees are going to kind of come inward. You flex the hamstrings, the adductors as the pelvis rotates. Flex the front muscles, the abdomen at the front, the top, as you come up. And then we'll go into the arms in just a second. But let's keep going. So you've done about 10 squats. Hopefully you've done about 10 squats in. Let's continue to do 30 total. So 30 total on your own, all the way up, all the way down. Go as slow as you want or as fast as you want. Okay, bounce at the bottom. Squeeze and contract the muscles at the top. Hamstring should tighten, glutes should tighten, pelvis should tighten, quads even tighten. And they're gonna obviously burn down here too. So coming all the way down, make sure you can come all the way down while still keeping the heels down, because you don't want to be like this. Continue. Arms can come out. Arms really want to come up. Okay, hips in. Let's stop at the bottom real quick. So let's talk about our arms when we're in our squat. So I also want the strength of my back. So if we've done that now, we've kind of properly put ourselves into place in the proper squat. And also too, your knees should be behind your toes. But that'll happen if you're grounded correctly. Okay, like I said yesterday, my yoga instructor and teacher, Katie Allen, she used to say, sew your big toe and all the way down to the ground, all the way to, and then your inner arch, right, pulls up. But the only thing I try to pull I can't pull my foot off the ground now. It's rooted, it's stuck there, right? Somebody sewed it to the ground. So that's what you want to think about. And then everything else should kind of tighten up from there, okay? So once you've got that down, right? And then we adjusted the pelvis at the top, okay? And we've used the pelvis now. We're working into the pelvis. We're getting all the glutes, the lower perineum, muscles of the anus, and everything like that. That's going to be help with sexual energy. It's going to help with testosterone, later years, preventing that midlife crisis, stuff like that. It's all happening energetically in the body. So these are things that we want to note. And I'm talking in a very professional way, not in any other way, but the fact that this is an important key. This is life creation, and we need to know about what's happening in our relationships and how it's affecting all that stuff. So just take note of that. And then so while we work into that tightens into our core, and we want to have a nice strong back. Look at my arms when I come down. So keep your arms up, and if your arms go down like this, well, that's a problem. We need to be able to get up and back. Open that chest up, nice strong back. Okay, bring your arms open and back. Really squeeze and pump your arms back. Sit in the low position like I am right now, and go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw your arms back. 6, 7, 8. Do 30. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. From the side. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Open the fingers. 22, 23, 24, 25. Just wherever it feels good. Maybe back here. Go up there, it's kind of challenging. Make sure to do the challenging stuff. Get in there. Definitely no more than 30. Go to 50. Go to 50. Keep sweating. Sweat it out. Come on, stay low. Maybe you're done and you just go to a forward fold. release the hamstrings, release the glutes, release the low back, release the hips, sway side to side. Hands on your knees, bend your knees right to left. Keep moving, but relaxing. Inhale, arms up. Press the hips in. Okay, shake the legs out. All right, so that's our basic squat. Okay, a squat with that overhead press too, which is the next level. That's CrossFit. That's Olympic lifting. Okay, that bar overhead and having that strength, having the ability to pop that bar up, pop, 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 and drop down. Have that bar overhead. Hey, come all the way up with it. That's a lot of strength, but that's what's really going to build the muscle, the integrated muscle, integrated movements. Okay, and that's the final level of fitness. Okay, when I'm dealing with anybody with an injury or an imbalance or anything like that, coming out of surgery, coming out of physical therapy, I'm the trainer that you want to see, because I focus on corrective exercise, NASM, imbalances in the body, and their procedure is inhibition, which is stop the overactive muscle. This muscle's firing so much, my inner thigh's firing so much, it's pulling my knee inward this way, and that's where the injury happens, and I feel the knee pain, but it's really because this tight muscle here. So we find out that there's a tight muscle, overactive muscle. We inhibit it by rolling it out. Okay, you want to roll that muscle out, get it done, massage it, relax that area, and then build the opposite side. So we build the opposite side. So inhibit, lengthen, activate the other, and then integrate. So fully integrate the whole system. Okay, so that overhead arm, that's what we want to continue to work. Let's work that same position now with our feet a little bit closer, and then we'll go out wide, and that'll pretty much finish up our whole squat segment. It's just middle, feet together, or feet at an angle, just a kind of effective. I'll show you in a second, and then feet out wide. Okay, and those are our three main squat positions, and that's it. All right, so our feet were parallel before. We pulled up on our inner arches. That pulled the knees outward, activated the TFL and glutes, right? Into the glutes and the pelvic floor, everything going up, the core. And that keeps our foundation strong and everything balanced, okay, to prevent injury. Flat-footed, plantar fasciitis, shin splints from weak shin or overactive quads, and the knee injuries. Okay, so now feet together. Okay, so feet all the way together, very yoga-esque, very light, right? Feet together, or you can also point your toes in and heels out, and look at what it does to the arches. Helps to rebuild the arches. Okay, so knees are together, so the knees are supported. They're not going to go too far inward because the knees are supported together. Toes are together, making a triangle. Okay, and then from here I go all the way down as low as I can, and that's going to build the strength and support of the outside. All right, you go from there all the way up and down. Do 20 of these. 20, please. 1, throw those arms up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, you can go feet together. 11, 12, 13, 14. Throw those arms up and back. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Might as well go to 30. 10 more. 10, 9, as low as you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Burns. But again, building those arches back. Chill for a second. You can sit down, stretch. It's probably best to stretch right here. Just let the hamstrings more. This is all about the hamstrings, low back. And with these squats, helping stretch and open and strengthen the hips, strengthen the right muscles, all of the muscles. Just not, not just some and not the other. Okay, so last one is our feet out, and this is going to work up into the upper hips, inner thighs, outer thighs. You're going to feel a lot there. Okay, right now you're probably feeling it in your quads and a lot underneath the knees,
And if you've got the right footing, you're probably feeling a burning sensation across the anterior tibialis or the front shin muscle, anterior posterior tibialis, this tibia. So yeah, let's keep working. And obviously the feet too. But let's get that last one. Now the last one is you got to really be mindful, and I've had a client, he's got a really tight adductor, and that whole tendon is just fired up. So it tends to pull his knees inward because he was a baseball player. You know, he's doing this. So be mindful that when your toes go out, so we've got feet straight, we've got feet toes in, and then we got toes out. And then now here, toes out, I'm just gonna go from where my heels are to where my toes are. So I just step out, and then now right underneath, you should be about 90 degrees, okay? Make sure your knees are going outward and feel that stretch across the inner thigh. That activates the inner thigh muscle. So we're really going to be working here in the inner groin, and then the outer butt muscle because it's contracted over here. Okay, so make that butt look nice too. Works that upper kind of upper love handle area all the way to the inner abs as we squeeze and press forward. So make sure to squeeze and rotate at the top. Excuse me. Feet are out, 45-degree angle, not too far. It's not a grand plie. It's not that. It's toes out, which is another one too. We could even get into stuff. We're gonna have to do that too. But anyway, toes right here, come right down. 45. This is that malasana pose too. Malasana stretch. You know, you'll be right. Open those hips, and then from here, let's go arms up, and we'll go in for our squats for 30, please. Full squat. Squeeze the glutes. Rotate the pelvis at the top. Come all the way down to this low position. Make sure your heels stay down. Sit back into the heels to the outer feet. Pull up on the inner arches, knees out. Let's go for 30. 1, 2, 3. Arms up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By the way, a ball would be good too. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Extra added weight, but it kind of gives you that flow and ability. You can rest in between. I think I did 15 or so, lost count after that. So 15, 16, here we go, 17. Keep going. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Maybe 30 was a lot. Maybe you're only at like 15 right now. Continue. We'll wait for you. Keep going, keep going. Yep, arms up high. Make sure the arms go back. Whether you got weights in hand or you can have 2 dumbbells in hand with this if you want it, or whatever. Maybe you're still just going with the arms. I know it's still burning, it's a lot on the legs. Keep going, keep going. And the quads are burning here. You can come out when you're done. Come out to a wide-legged child's pose. Rock the knees side to side. Yeah, feet back, down dog. Slow the breath down. Maybe vibrate. Lion's breath from this morning. And drop to your knees. Alright, that's good. Alright, so we've discovered that we can also come up into our toes. And I feel like we need to do that too, because it just wouldn't be right. Okay, so the last one is a grand plie, and actually I've actually been taught ballet. I was interested enough, and that's a good saying. Be more interested than interesting. You'll be more interesting that way. But yeah, so a girl showed me ballet one time, and she was talking about different positions. There's position 1, position 2, position 3, and then from there, there's a couple words that she said that I don't remember. But we have our grand plie too as well, and that same position can be beneficial for the legs, for balance, for a lot of stuff. So, I mean, that goes into every other position that we were just in too. So we can also be on our toes. It's a toe stand. In yoga, we're up here, now we're on our toes. So you can even work into the balance and structure of your ankles. Keep, stay up high on our toes. So we might as well do that. Let's go ahead and just do 10. We'll do a 10 because it's hard enough as it is. But our feet are together here. We're in our Tadasana, which is basically standing pose and anatomical, palms open, chest open. And then we come out here into our chair pose here. And then from here, we're coming up onto our toes. So stay in this position and let's go up to standing. And then you can squeeze the glutes at the top. Really press the heels high, stay on your toes, and then go back down. Sit as low as you can. You can rest your heels back down and then stand up from there. Okay, let's do that about 10 times and take your time on it. 5 to 10 times. Go ahead. Sit in your squat, low chair. Come up onto your toes, come to standing. Squeeze your glutes at the top, make sure that happens. And then come back down. Then lower your heels. And stand up again. That's 1. Can't go fast, can't go fast. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the glutes. It gets easier. Squeeze the glutes. Heels down, make sure the heels go all the way down. Press through the heels, fire through the heels to fire the right muscles. Low back, abs tight. On your toe, on back down. Oh, I like this a lot. This is good. Really works the strength of the feet, continuing to work those arches. Really working the arches. Remember, you can only do, if this is the first time ever doing anything like this, just do 5. Don't worry. I think I got about 6 or 7 in so far. Press through the heels. 7. Oh. 8. Sorry, I'm trying to go a little faster now for you guys. Squeeze. 9. 1 more. Arms high. Reach with the arms like you're pulling yourself up. With your arms, you're lifted, hanging on to a helicopter as it's flying away. Ah. Okay. All right, that's good there. Get you sweating. And then we'll lastly just do that in a grand plie with the feet out too, okay? And that'll really work the inner outer portions. Because right now I'm feeling a burn in my front shins and my quads. So, yeah, let's do the last set on our toes. Feet out to the side, make sure the knees stay out. Same position, same thing. We're out now here. Here's our malasana, right? Find your malasana, your frog pose. Okay, knees out. Hips are good. And then come up onto our toes from this position. Okay. Use your fingertips, holding balance. Try to make sure you want your shins like this. Maybe they're like this. That's okay. They'll get stronger. See how it gets stronger on the front shin and the kind of like top soleus, gastrocnemius. Come up from here. Let's squeeze the hips. Squeeze the hips at the top. Down. Stay on your toes. Down to your heels and come up. Over 5 to 10. Squeeze the hips at the top there. If your legs cramp up, that's okay for your just rest for today. If they cramp up, they fire, anything, injuries, just be mindful. A little disclaimer for you guys. Again, inactive muscle, active muscle. So sometimes when you're just starting out, you may have like something happen. So just take it easy. And it's all about doing this day by day. So just keep tuning in, subscribe with us on there, and make sure you just keep coming back every day, and it'll get easier. Oh, where are we at there? Heels down, press, you'll get stronger. And honestly, if we do it every day, my clients love, they're like, oh yeah, I'm getting stronger and we're only doing twice a week. But to be honest, if we were doing stuff like this every day, you'd get there faster, safer, stronger by doing it every day. Okay, so just keep sticking with me. Slowly getting there. Heels down, pressing. Oh, messed that one up. That's okay. Up. Boom, hair. Stand up. Boom, hips in. All right, we'll call that 10 there. Shake it out. Remember, if you do have a ball, you do have some sort of injury, I think maybe it's a tightness on the inner thigh, just roll out that inner thigh with the ball. I like the ball better. You got more mobility, more movement. Kick that leg out. Do something like this right here. This is a real good one for the knee. Right on that inner vastus medialis oblique, that VMO muscle, that teardrop muscle, right there. Feel that. Roll right on top of it, and then flex your ankle, and that activates your front shin muscle, which then pulls on that muscle, that VMO muscle, and then extend your leg out, kick your leg out, whether it's up like this or it's to the side like that, and just roll that muscle out there all the way up into your groin. And yeah, you should be good from there. Just breathe, stay on it. Don't just do it for a second and then think that you're cured. You gotta keep coming back to it till it feels right. But you know what to do. Thank you guys for sticking with for the 30 minutes, 27 minutes. Hopefully this was valuable knowledge for you, valuable stuff, or even just recapping little pieces. I know this is like, I'm adding in little details that I've learned over the past 10 years of doing this, working with multiple clients, multiple injuries, and being that guy that was willing to work with the people that have injuries, and seeing that go back. And somebody's bicep was all the way up here, and we built it all the way back to, essentially almost to the end. But there's a lot of cool things that are happening with people, and just knowing and having faith, and know that wherever you are, you can get out of it, and you can get out of it in a couple weeks if you keep your mind focused. Problem is we go right back to our lifestyle before, and we go back to our this, we go back to our that, we go back to those things that we think that we are, when in reality we're just this empty vessel. We're collecting all this crap when God says, no, be an empty vessel and I'll shine through you. We're just too clouded up inside, and so we don't see those magical phenomenon that we are actually creating, that God's trying to show us in ourselves, that we are creating our life. So clear your life out, clear your brain, clear your body, clear your blood, clear your muscle, clear your tendons, clear it with massage, clear it with breath work and stretching, clear it with your mind and your mental focus and staying positive, and we'll get you there. We'll get you wherever you want to be in just a few months. So stick with me here on Fight Fearless. Download my app, please. It's only $1. It's a support for me and trying to really see that and be motivated here to really amplify and write down and create and build and format, and whatever we need to do for you and your specific situation too. So please DM me down below. I'm honest to God, I'm here for you guys, promoting God within you, pushing God within you and through myself. I'm going to be the example. I'll be here talking to myself on this thing if I have to, but I see there's 7 people on there. I don't know who they are, but I appreciate you so much. I love you because you're the light that I've asked for. So you're vibrating and coming and connecting to my tuning. You're tuning into that radio dial. So we're doing right in what we're doing. So thank you, praise you, much respect. Christ within you, and keep shining your light. Much respect to you. All right, I'll see you guys.